Continuing with the previous class, valproic acid, sodium valproate, has a broad spectrum activity because it blocks sorry, excuse me, and it has a broad spectrum activity. It blocks use-dependent sodium channels. It increases kappa activity, and it decreases the release of glutamate and blocks T-type calcium channels, because of which it has a broad spectrum activity. And therapeutic uses and plasma levels. Anti-epileptic uses, it is very effective against absence seizures, usually preferred if the patient has concomitant generalized tonic-clonic attacks and myoclonic seizures. In combination with clonazepam, it can be used to treat cortical myoclonus, drug of choice for Lennox-Gastaut syndrome and for infantile spasm. Coming to non-anti-epileptic uses, manic depressive bipolar disorder, it is used, and prophylaxis of migraine and cluster type fatigue, used along with metirapone, etc., in the management of Cushing syndrome. It is also used as a treatment for tardive dyskinesia. Excuse me. Tardive dyskinesia and trigeminal neuralgia. Therapeutic plasma levels of the drug range from 50 to 100 micrograms per milliliter, attained by giving an oral dose of sodium valproate as 300 milligrams twice orally, slowly increase it to 500 milligrams to 1 gram twice daily. Some patients can tolerate levels in excess of 100 micrograms per milliliter or a dose of 60 milligrams per kg per day. Coming to pharmacokinetics, if they are well absorbed following an oral dose, 90 to 95% bound to plasma proteins, but it is a potent enzyme inhibitor. Food delays absorption, but toxicity is reduced if drug is given after meals. Coming to adverse drug reaction, dose-related side effects include weight gain, increase in appetite, GIT distress, tremors, and reversible alopecia. Idiosyncratic hepatitis, it also causes hepatitis, pancreatitis, and thrombocytopenia. And it can also cause neural tube defects, and there is higher risk of spina bifida to the child if the mother is taking this drug during pregnancy. Drug interactions potentiates CNS depressant effects of phenobarbital and benzodiazepines. Valproic acid increases the plasma concentration of phenobarbital, and it increases the metabolism as well as displaces phenytoin from protein binding sites, which results in increased phenytoin toxicity if taken together. Coming to benzodiazepines, these enhance the frequency of GABA-mediated chloride channel opening. At higher doses, they also block the use-dependent sodium channels, which contributes to their effectiveness in treating generalized status epilepticus. Lorazepam, it is the first drug for the treatment of status epilepticus. It is injected in the dose of 4 milligrams intravenously at the rate of 2 milligrams per minute and repeated as per need every 10 minutes. Diazepam, it is effective for generalized tonic-clonic status epilepticus, also used for local anesthesia-induced seizures. Dose 10 to 30 milligrams. Slow IV administration should be given. Coming to clonazepam, it is a more potent long-acting than diazepam. It is effective in absence seizures. Clorazepam, it is used as adjunct drug for complex seizures, childhood myoclonic epilepsy, and in complex partial drugs. Adjunct drug is like giving together with another drug. Clobazam, less sedative and longer acting than diazepam. It is active against partial and generalized seizures. Coming to newer anti-epileptic drugs, these newer agents, these are mostly add-on drugs. Means act like they are given together with the other drugs we studied and we learned until now. Lamotrigine, topiramate, levetiracetam, zonisamide, lacosamide. These are considered as broad spectrum as they are useful in both focal and generalized seizures. Coming to vigabatrin, gamma-vinyl GABA. This drug acts as an irreversible GABA transaminase inhibitor, thereby leading to increased concentration of brain GABA. So it is not metabolized but is excreted unchanged in the urine. Its use is restricted to epilepsy, not controlled by other drugs. If the other drugs are not working for the epilepsy, then vigabatrin can be given. It is particularly useful in infantile spasm. Adverse drug reactions include weight gain, drowsiness, depression, memory disturbances, diplopia, and constriction of visual fields. And attacks of acute behavioral changes in some patients is a major disadvantage. So it should be avoided in patients with mental illness. It worsens absence seizures and myoclonic seizures. Tiagaban. This is a nicotinamic acid analog. It selectively inhibits neuronal and astrocytic reuptake of GABA neurotransmitter and thus increases in synaptic GABA concentration. Orally, it is almost completely absorbed. Food delays its absorption and extensively metabolized in the liver, has half-life up to 7 to 9 hours. Common adverse reactions include headache, dizziness, somnolence, and tremor. The drug is mainly used as an add-on drug for the treatment of partial seizures with or without secondary generalization in adolescents and adults. It is administered in a dose of 4 to 12 milligrams thrice a day. Gabapentin, it is a GABA agonist. Its precise mechanism of action is not known. It binds to alpha-2 delta subunit of voltage-gated calcium channels and probably increases the release of GABA. The drug is well absorbed orally, not protein bound, does not get metabolized and excreted unchanged in the urine. Its plasma half-life is 5 to 9 hours. The adverse drug reactions, it might cause mild to moderate somnolence, dizziness, ataxia, fatigue, edema, blurred vision, vertigo, which can interfere with activities like driving. Tolerance develops after taking the drug within 2 weeks. Gabapentin is used in combination with other drugs in partial seizures, and dose 100 milligrams twice a day, increased gradually to 900 to 1200 milligrams per day. Usually the gabapentin, it's pregabalin. This drug related chemically to gabapentin. It is excreted unchanged in the urine. The adverse effects are similar to those of gabapentin and does not interact with the other anti-epileptic drugs. It is used as an add-on drug in the treatment of focal epilepsy. Both the drugs have also used in the pregabalin and gabapentin also being used in the treatment of migraine, differentiation pain such as post-herpetic neuralgia, diabetic neuropathy, restless leg syndrome, and in bipolar disorders also with variable benefits. Lamotrigine is a phenyltrypsin compound, acts like phenytoin on sodium channels. It also inhibits release of excitatory amino acid glutamate, and given orally, it is completely absorbed and is eliminated mainly by hepatic metabolism. Half-life is 24 hours. And this drug can cause skin rash, nausea, vomiting, diplopia, ataxia, Stevens-Johnson syndrome, and disseminated intravascular coagulation, DIC. It is used as an add-on drug in patients with resistant focal and secondarily generalized drugs, the seizures. Due to its membrane stabilizing action, it is used in the treatment of differentiation pain. And dose 50 milligrams twice a day, increased gradually to 200 milligrams per day. Its valproic acid inhibits this drug's metabolism, and hence in patients taking valproate, dose is reduced to 25 milligrams on alternate days. Topiramate, this drug acts similarly as phenytoin. It also has GABA receptor enhancing and weak glutamate receptor inhibiting activity. It is used as monotherapy for focal and primary generalized seizures and also as anti-obesity drug. Adverse drug reactions include dizziness, drowsiness, psychomotor, slowing, difficulty in concentrating, confusion, ataxia, depression, acute myopia, glaucoma, and raised intracranial tension. It is claimed to be useful in chronic alcohol addicts as an anti-craving drug and also as anti-obesity drug. Levetiracetam, this drug is a pyrrolidine derivative and is structurally related to piracetam. It is binds to synaptic vesicular protein, that is SP2A. It is used as an add-on drug to treat refractory myoclonic or focal seizures and uncontrolled generalized tonic-clonic seizures. It is effective in the kindling animal model but has no effect on the electroshock or pentyl N tetrazole induced seizures. Pentyl tetrazole. Given orally, it is absorbed rapidly and completely. It is not bound to plasma protein and it is excreted unchanged in the urine. Its plasma half-life is 6 to 8 hours. Adverse drug reactions are mild and include drowsiness, asthenia, dizziness. Rare important side effects are emotional liability and agitation and nervousness. Zonisamide inhibits T-type calcium currents and like phenytoin, it also delays the recovery of inactivated sodium channels. Given orally, it has longer half-life, 1 to 3 days, and is mainly excreted in the urine. Adverse drug reactions are somnolence, ataxia, anorexia, and fatigue. Rarely renal calculi develops. Lacosamide, this newer anti-epileptic drug related to amino acid serine, excuse me, amino acid serine, acts by enhancing slow inactivation of sodium channels. It is given orally and intravenously. It is metabolized in the liver. 30% is excreted unchanged. Efficacy for partial onset seizures is similar to other drugs and is used as add-on drug in resistant cases. Adverse effects include dose-dependent dizziness, headache, fatigue, ataxia, and vomiting, and may also cause sedation, tremor, and diplopia. May cause prolongation of PR interval, that is in the ECG. Status epilepticus. What is status epilepticus? Is prolonged seizures more than 5 to 10 minutes or repetitive seizures of any variety without recovery of consciousness. The patient doesn't get consciousness between the seizure episodes, like between attacks. This comprises status epilepticus. And when tonic-clonic seizures go into status epilepticus, the situation can be life-threatening and it is a medical emergency. Such patients need emergency IV medication. If should avoid death or permanent brain damage, especially hippocampal sclerosis, we should give the emergency IV medication. And what is important in the management is clear plan, like prompt treatment with effective drugs in adequate doses and attention to hypoventilation and hypotension. If the patient is going into hypoventilation and hypotension, should be observed carefully. Since hypoventilation may result from high doses of drugs used for treatment, it may be necessary to assist respiration temporarily. Drugs should be administered by the intravenous route only because other drugs, like intramuscular route, the absorption is slow and unreliable. Lorazepam IV is considered as a treatment for choice for controlling the seizures in the status epilepticus. The dose is 4 to 8 mg given over 1 to 2 minutes. It can be repeated if there is no response within 5 minutes. In patients taking valproate, start IV sodium valproate 25 milligrams per kg. In case lorazepam is not available, you can give diazepam IV and it may be given in the dose of 10 milligrams IV slowly in adults, 5 milligrams for children over 7 years of age, and 2.5 milligrams for those between 1 to 7 years of age. And if IV diazepam is not available, it can also be given rectally. Lorazepam or diazepam should be immediately followed by IV phenytoin sodium at not more than 50 milligrams per minute. And even then, If the seizures are persisting, the patient should be intubated and instituted IV sodium valproate, 25 milligrams per kg. If seizures still persist, then IV general anesthesia is administered with a short-acting barbiturate in consultation with an anesthesiologist. Coming to nursing implications, the patient, you should obtain a complete health history of the patient and also drug history, including allergies, current prescription, over-the-counter drugs, everything, because to avoid the drug interactions, there are many drug interactions happening because they are potent enzyme inducers or enzyme inhibitors. So you should treat the complete drug history and obtain a complete seizure history, because we should know what kind of seizure episodes he had earlier and how much time did it take, or we can see which type of seizure he got, and obtain baseline vital signs, weight, and in pediatric patients, height also, and obtain a developmental history in pediatric patients, so that we can understand how if we got the milestones correctly or not. Continue to monitor vital signs, mental status, coordination, and balance periodically, and continue to monitor height, weight, and developmental level in pediatric patients, and assess for changes in these things: visual acuity, blurred vision, decrease of peripheral vision, seeing rainbow halo, surround light, acute eye pain. Because few of the drugs we saw can cause some adverse drug reactions to the eye. So we should be also observing these changes in the eye, and assess for bruising, bleeding, or signs of infection, because there are blood discretions as adverse drug reactions for many drugs, and monitor affect and emotional status, because some drugs also can affect the behavioral aspects of the patient. You should be observed, and assess the condition of gums and oral hygiene measures, especially because in phenytoin, it can cause gingival hyperplasia, and encourage appropriate lifestyle and dietary changes. Fewer drugs will not be working if you're taking alcohol with it. So you should tell to stop alcohol taking. And some drugs we saw, we can vitamin D deficiency, vitamin K deficiency, etc., where they should take extra vitamin supplements. So similarly, like that, you should encourage the appropriate lifestyle and dietary changes. So with this, the second part of the anticonvulsants is also completed. So after the class, if you have any doubts, you can comment doubts below the video. Thank you.